Welcome to Get the Facts, the program that provides you with information on government's policies and initiatives. I'm your host, Enthros Campbell. As of December 31, 2020, some categories of public servants are required to file a statutory declaration. And today we'll find out who these persons are and the process to filing this statutory declaration. Our resource person is manager of the Declarations Unit, Information and Complaints Division at the Integrity Commission, Joeth Jones Hall. Mrs. Jones Hall, thank you so very much for joining us today. We are happy to have you.
Thank you, Ms. Campbell.
All right, let's start with what is a statutory declaration?
So, a statutory declaration is a statement of assets, liabilities, and income that is required to be filed by all public officials that are specified in pursuant to the Integrity Commission Act 2017.
Right, it's everything you own, everything you owe, and how much you're earning.
That's correct.
Okay, so who is required to file this statutory declaration?
So, statutory declarations are required to be filed by all parliamentarians, all members of the security forces, so all persons in the Jamaica Defense Force, all persons in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, persons earning total emoluments of in excess of and equal to 3.5 million, and persons listed in the Jamaica Gazette by the Integrity Commission each year are also required to file. Outside of all of those groupings, the Integrity Commission also has the latitude to require any person who is enlisted or appointed to a position in the public service to file a statutory declaration.
Right. So how often is this to be done?
Well, most declarants are required to file a statutory declaration each year, but each declarant is required to file an initial statutory declaration when they join the public service. They are also required to file a statutory declaration when they demit office, 12 months after they demit office. So each year you file an annual declaration.
Every year.
Every year, and the declaration is required. So once you have completed your initial declaration, the declaration is required as at the 31st of December each year, and then you also submit one once you have demitted office. The only exception is where a parliamentarian is appointed to a public office after June 30. If the appointment is after June 30, they don't file December 31 of that said year. They'll file December 31 in the year that follows.
Okay. So if declarations are outstanding, how do we approach that? How do we treat that?
Thank you. The Integrity Commission has now implemented its zero tolerance policy. What the policy says is that once it is you are required to file a statutory declaration and you have not done so, you can be eligible to be fined, fines of up to 500,000 Jamaican dollars. No, if it is that you have not filed a statutory declaration, we strongly encourage that you file a statutory declaration now, because at any time, an individual from the Integrity Commission may require you to file, and if you fail to do so, you may be eligible to pay fines of up to 500,000,
right, or
you will serve a term of imprisonment, may be asked to serve a term of imprisonment of up to 6 months.
So for the 2020 period, it became, we should have filed, that should be filed by December 30. We were supposed to have filed December 31, 2020, but we have a few more months. How is that?
Right.
Because they became eligible in December.
Okay, so you became eligible. A public official would have been eligible anytime throughout 2020. That declaration is due the 31st, should be done as at the 31st of December 2020. All statutory declaration becomes due 3 months after the required date. So if it is that you are required for December 31, 2020, that one becomes due the 31st of March 2021.
All right, so speak to us specifically to the items that should be declared in the statutory declaration.
Right. So you are required to file and declare assets, all assets owned, all liabilities that you have, all income, all sources of income.
So that means bank accounts.
Right. So you are going to be providing the particulars with respect to your bank accounts, credit cards, loans. If it is you have an interest in any businesses at all, you also need to declare that as well. And you're not only the declarant is not only required to disclose assets, liabilities, and income with respect to themselves, but you also are required to disclose this information for your spouse as well as children under 18.
All right. What if I'm a joint holder of an account, and do I still need to? Not a joint? I'm a secondary person on an account. Do I still need to give that information?
So whether or not you are the primary or secondary owner of an account, yes, you do need to disclose the information.
Okay. Okay, we're going to take a break now and come back with more information on how to file a statutory declaration. Please stay with us.
How we are going with all of that? You're moving?
No. I'm a passport I come for renewing. But you want me to say, I'm in that place full of crowd and the long line I take you all day. Make sure you walk with some food. And
no, man, things improve, man. Them have a drop box where you can use inside. They finish in no time. Yeah, man, them are done. Them done, man.
Yeah. And some food, man. Right, this. Drop box.
Transformation is happening across the public sector. Many services are now available online. We are building a better public service for all. Brought to you by the Transformation Implementation Unit.
Welcome back to Get the Facts. We're discussing how to file a statutory declaration, and our resource person is manager of the Declarations Unit inside the Information and Complaints Division at the Integrity Commission, Joeth Jones Hall. Okay, so tell us now, where do we file this statutory declaration?
Okay, Ms. Campbell. So, usually, declarants are asked to file statutory declarations and submit those to the Integrity Commission's office on 45 to 47 Barbados Avenue, New Kingston. This year, however, given the COVID-19 pandemic, the Integrity Commission has taken quite a bit of steps to decentralize the collection of statutory declarations. So, we have asked public bodies to partner with us in this collection, in the collection of statutory declarations for 2020. So police can all submit their statutory declaration at their divisional, any of their 5 divisional headquarters or at the Commissioner's office. Soldiers may submit their statutory declaration at their unit headquarters, and all other public officials can submit their statutory declarations within their organizations. So this year, we are strongly encouraging all declarants not to come to the Commission's office, but they can now securely submit their statutory declarations at their own organization. We are not only just asking you to submit, we have put in place quite a bit. So declarants will be given an envelope, be given seals. There are secured containers located at your organizations. So declarants may submit these documents securely at their organization.
And that's easier than before, yes. Let me go back a little bit to the whole banking information. Do we have to go pay for one of those formal banking record, or we can go online and download and print that?
Okay. So, Ms. Campbell, yes, you can. The Integrity Commission does accept information that you access from your online accounts, so long as this information clearly displays the declarant's name, the balance on the account, and also the name of the institution. That can be used as supporting document with your statutory declaration.
So for the house, you need the title of the house?
No, you don't.
Right.
The declaration form, when you look at the declaration form, there are particular assets, liabilities, and income that you need to provide supporting documents. So the declaration form will tell you which asset or liability you need to provide supporting documents for.
Right. So I make an error on when I am filing. How do I fix that?
Anyone can make an error just as long as you do notify the Integrity Commission adequately. So you provide the Integrity Commission with the information with respect to your misstep.
Yes.
We will accept that after the statutory declaration has been submitted.
Right. So what happens after I give you all of my information? Where does it go? Where does it end up?
Okay, so the Information and Complaints Division is the division within the Integrity Commission that is charged with receiving, recording, and examining the statutory declaration. So the unit will receive the declaration, issue you with a receipt. This year we'll issue the receipts electronically to you, and then we will record and examine those statutory declarations. Those statutory declarations are kept by the Information and Complaints Division. They may also be reviewed by our investigation unit, and the Integrity Commission cannot share the information that you provide unless it is being given to a competent authority, which is also named in the Integrity Commission Act. So the Financial Investigation Division, the Tax Administration of Jamaica, we may share information with authorities like those, provided there is an MOU in place to allow us to share that information.
Right, and they don't have to get permission from you, do they?
As long as there is an understanding, a memorandum of understanding between both entities and the information, we can actually share it with the competent authority. But there's no one else outside of those competent authorities that are listed in the Act that we can share the information with.
Okay. Where can we find more information, like to get file a form? Where do we go to get that information?
All information with respect, we have quite a bit of information with respect to filing statutory declarations this year and onwards on the Integrity Commission website, www.integrity.gov.jm. And if there are any questions, you may also call the Integrity Commission at 968-6227.
All right. So persons who do not file, you say, remind us of the penalty, please.
So for failure to file a statutory declaration, you may be subjected to fines of up to 500,000 Jamaican dollars or a term of imprisonment that should not exceed 6 months. If it is that you knowingly provide false information to the Integrity Commission, you may be subject to a fine of up to 2 million Jamaican dollars or a term not exceeding 2 years imprisonment.
Okay, as we wrap, what would be your advice to the categories of persons who must file this statutory declaration?
Okay, so statutory declarations, many declarants think that it's intrusive. Look at it as an opportunity for you to say to Jamaica, I am a proud public official. I am very transparent. There is nothing for me to hide. I have these assets. This is what I joined with, and I am not afraid to disclose to you that I have gained additional assets. I have liquidated some amount of liability, and I did that through the income that I earned or income that I may have earned elsewhere. And file your statutory declarations now. When it comes to December 31st each year, just take some time out, sit by your computer, go online, access your online accounts, get a print, save it, and file your statutory declarations before the deadline of March 31st each year.
March 31st. I don't think it is that people are thinking that they're hiding anything. It's just that it's a lot of paperwork. That is why.
It seemingly is, but we have an electronic form. Download the form, put the information there, save it. You can access the form in the following year, and it makes it a little bit easier. So organizing it makes it a little bit more easier, and it seems a little bit more or a little bit less challenging if you do plan for the statutory declaration. It can be done in a couple of hours.
It can be done in a couple of hours.
It can be.
Okay, thank you so very much for coming out today and sharing that information and Get the Facts.
Okay, and thank you for having me as well.
You're most welcome. This has been Get the Facts. Our guest was manager of the Declarations Unit, Information and Complaints Division at the Integrity Commission, Joeth Jones Hall. For more information on filing statutory declarations and the Integrity Commission, please telephone them at 876-968-6227 or 926-2288. You may also visit their website at www.integrity.gov.jm. Until next time, when Get the Facts brings you more useful information, I'm Rose Campbell. Thanks for watching and take good care.